So welcome everyone to FRL F1 Season 20. We are today at the Bahrain Grand Prix, the start of this new FRL season. I'm David, your commentator. And well, I gotta say it's actually not my first time commentating for the league. I've commentated around 2.5 years ago. But yeah, probably not many people will remember that. But yeah, I used to commentate at the beginning of 2022. January around there, commented a couple of races, but yeah, I'm back after a long time and very happy to commentate once again in FRL, this time in F1. And well, drivers starting to come out of the pit lane for their first flying lap. It's Barry, I think the first driver, no, he's not the first driver, but the third driver in the that's gonna start a flying lap today. We have first the McLaren of Jensen, who is gonna be the first driver to set a lap today. Then we have someone on intermediate tires, that's Blazing Onyx, and yeah, doesn't want to waste a set of soft tires, so I'm actually not very sure what the strategy around here is in the new game. I know Bahrain has always had high degradation, but I'm not sure if it's somehow possible to make a soft medium work. If not, might be a soft hard or a hard medium maybe. I know the undercut is much powerful than on last game, and the overcut doesn't work very well, so might be a medium hard strategy, the winning strategy for today's race. We will find out. They're gonna go on board now with Jensen on the McLaren, who's gonna start his first flying lap. It's gonna be the first lap set of the session. Of course, if he doesn't invalidate, which in Bahrain is actually very tricky to invalidate lap. There's not many places you can cut. If you invalidate here, it's because of going wide usually. Following now Jensen into the exit of turn 3. Enabling the DRS. Now coming into turn 4, we gotta remember, well, time ago the polemic here between Verstappen and Hamilton in 2021. Now into the end of sector 1, he goes 28.2 for Jensen in the first sector. Goes a little bit wider. Might have been a bit close to invalidating and going completely over the curb. They're not sure if that might have costed him a little bit of time. Takes all of the outside curb in here. This turn 10 is a very tricky corner to nail correctly, but he does in a very good way. And now coming into what's gonna be the end of sector 2 very soon, up to 8th gear, down to 4th gear quickly to make the corner. The fast left and right hander now, and what time is he gonna do? 5.7 for Jensen in the end of sector 2. Now coming into the final sector is just this final straight, the corner, and then we go back into the main straight. Brakes a lot later than the 100-meter board, taking a lot of outside curve. And now coming into the line goes Jensen, and it's gonna be a 27.4 first lap time of the day. Now we are gonna go on board with Berry, who's about to finish his lap time as well. Not sure if he's gonna manage to get ahead of Jensen or not. Not a great exit of the final corner, I gotta say. No, actually he's on a very bad lap, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be more than 2 seconds slower. I think nearly 3 seconds slower than Jensen. 29.7, Onyx of course on the intermediate tires. Well, there was not much to expect from him. Rackler goes third fastest, 30.3. Much slower time than Berry, so at the moment it's very big gap between the Van Dongen. Mikkel Van Dongen goes third fastest, 3 times quicker than his teammate, though a 30.0, still very far behind from the lead. Now DJ, I'll call him, goes up to P3 at 29.8. I actually gotta say it's kinda close now between top 2 from P2 to behind, because Jensen is actually on a league of his own till now, because now Pelli goes second fastest at 27.5. Balboy goes 4th fastest, 29.4. Tjarn Kino goes 3rd fastest. Berry gets a 5-place grid penalty for, I guess, illegal blocking, which I guess is not really illegal blocking, just a little glitch by the game there. 3 drivers still to set a lap at the moment. We're gonna go now with Kenneth into the line. He goes P11 at 30.5. At the moment, the only 2 drivers who have gone into the 27s have been Jensen and Pelli, so I guess the race win is gonna be just between these 2, because P3 Tjarn is more than a second behind, 1.3 seconds behind P2, so yeah, it's basically gonna be, looks like a 2-way battle for the championship as it's looking at the moment. Then we will have the midfield, starting with Tjarn, and yeah, after him, we gotta say it's really close. Dai is currently on a flying lap at 29.5 in sector 1. Not a great exit, I think, out of that corner. Now coming into turn 10, up to 6th gear. We'll go up to 7th gear just to immediately go back into 2nd gear. But I think he took that corner very wide, a lot of corrections into that exit of that corner. Now it's gonna come into the end of sector 2, down to 4th gear, same as we saw Jensen doing, but I don't see him getting the better exit out of that corner. Now going around the outside, taking a lot of the outside curve, an 8.8, and he's gonna invalidate definitely massive corner cut in there for the Haas driver. Bambi in the pit lane, the only driver not set a lap time yet. Edsack has invalidated his lap time, probably not even on a lap, he's out of fuel. And Berry is probably gonna come into the pit lane as well, or is he gonna finish a flying lap? Yeah, no, he's coming in the pit lane. Kenneth starting another flying lap, following him in the Haas, coming into turn 4. He's gonna go up to 8th gear or stay in 7th. He's gonna stay in 7th gear, down into 3rd gear, taking a little bit of the inside curb in there. Now into the end of sector 1, what time is he gonna do? It's doing in 28.6, improving nearly 5 tenths his previous lap time. That could well put him up into the... yeah, it's coming to the 28 height, I predict, by the end of this lap. Of course, if he doesn't make any mistakes. Coming now into 10, is gonna lock up a bit the tires, but gonna manage to nail it perfectly. Going into second gear and getting a nice exit out of the corner, not going wide like his teammate did before. Now down to fourth gear, not taking any of the inside curb, none of the outside curb as well. Coming now into the end of sector 2, not taking any curb once again. A little bit now in the outside, improving 5 tenths in a purple sector 2, which I'm not really sure if it's a purple sector really or just a glitch of the game, because he's still very far from the lead. And yeah, might not even get to the 28, he's improving just 5 tenths, but it's gonna be a massive personal improvement, and he's probably gonna go into P4 if not better. Coming into the line he goes, and yeah, P4 like I said, 29.2, kept the 5 tenths improvement, improved massively in sector 1, then in sector 2 and 3 he just kept it nice and clean, matching his previous lap time. Bambi now on an out lap is gonna be, as I said, no, actually two drivers without a lap so far, Dai and Bambi. Dai still in the pit lane, Bambi on an out lap on the Red Bull, not sure what his pace is gonna be. And we're going on board now with Bambi, who's about to start his first flying lap, coming into the main straight and into the start of the lap, using hot lap mode. You gotta remember now in the new game, there are different ERS modes, like it used to be in the past long time ago in F1 2019. I think he went too deep there into the corner, it's gonna cost him a lot of time. Yeah, now in F1 2019 we had a lot of more ERS modes. Now we have the non-mode back. Bumping over the curb goes Bambi. Yeah, that sector 1 has been not clean at all. 29.1 for the Red Bull, sliding a little bit off the corner. Yeah, definitely gonna have to do one more lap. This is not gonna be a good one. I think he's just taking too much curb unnecessarily, and that's gonna cost him a lot of time. We'll see how he goes into 10. Nice, no, now not nice anymore. Goes too deep there in the end and gets a bit of a poor exit out of the corner. Not sure if he's maybe gonna get a little bit of a slipstream there from the, I think it's an Aston ahead of him. Purple sector 2, but we gotta remember that usually that's a glitch of the game. And yeah, I'm not sure if he's getting slipstreamed by the Aston or not. Might be. Coming now into the final corner and might actually now lose time due to the Aston because of the dirty air, and yeah, not sure. Well, anyway, the lap wasn't looking great. Still, even though if not a great lap as we saw, 29.3. So yeah, with a clean lap, I see Bambi going much quicker. He could be up in the battle for P3. I think Kenneth on another hot lap already. I think he didn't even pit. Improving 3 tenths. Did he pit? I didn't see if he did pit or not. But now following Kenneth, who is now looking to get that P3 out of Tyron into the final corner, down to third gear, and getting a nice exit out of it. How much can he improve? Coming into the line he goes, and it's gonna be a 29.1. He lost in the final sector, still quite far behind from P3 at the moment. Going now onward with Ed Sack, the Mercedes driver, into the exit of turn 10, using the overtake mode to get a little bit of better straight line speed. Of course, you don't want to drain the whole battery, because if not, the final part of the lap will be very poor. Coming into the fast right-hander, and it's gonna be improving 7 tenths his previous lap. Massive improvement there by Ed Sack. He's gonna go P3 without doubt, unless he makes a mistake in this final part of the lap. Coming now into the final corner, not going wide at all. Not the best exit out of that corner, I think. Should have gone around the outside and get it a better exit. And P4, yeah, I think that final corner costed him the possibility of going third fastest, though he's still gonna have enough time for another lap. 5 minutes still to go. There's enough time for everyone to set another lap. Jensen and Pelly, I think, just want to save the tires, same as Tyron. That's why we haven't seen them do a second run. They're probably gonna go out in the last moment. Dexter, who has joined the session late, is now going up for his first quali lap, and yeah, I guess it's gonna be the last one as well, unless he has fuel for another lap. Now coming into the end of sector 1 into turn 4, I think he closed in too early. He turned in too early. Bambi out of the session. I'm not sure what happened there, but very unfortunate. I saw Bambi with potential of improving that lap, and well, he now retires. Not sure if that's in the pit lane or not. He's actually left the session. I don't know if he's having connection issues or something. Down to first gear, that's a very low gear for turn 10, but might have helped him get better traction and better exit out of that corner. Maybe not better exit, but at least get better traction out of it. And now coming into the end of sector 2, Backstar in the kick salver, it's gonna do a 7.2. We'll see where he can go, up to what position, and gotta remember that Bahrain is not a hard track to overtake at all, so starting position doesn't really matter too much around here. The undercut is powerful, and we still don't know if it's gonna be a 1 or 2 stop race. 29.3, decent lap time by Backstar. So I said probably not gonna have another run unless he has the fuel to do it, and even if he has the fuel to do it, I'm not sure if he does have the tires. And well, now Tyron and Jensen on an out lap, about to do their final run of the day. Jensen already coming into the final corner to start what's gonna be, as I said before, his final quali lap of the day. Try and defend that pole position against Pelly, who's gonna be his only rival. And yeah, basically the pole position today is just gonna be for the record, actually, because yeah, it doesn't really matter. Overtaking is not hard. They will still be under the DRS train, and they'll pull away the gap easily from the rest of the grid. So yeah, basically just for the record, to get that, feel happy to get that first pole of the season. Following now Jensen, going on board with him, coming into turn 4 using the overtake mode, quickly switching into hot lap to save the battery. Down to third gear, not taking any of the outside curb, and they're now taking all the curb in the outside this time, and improving just 11 thousandths of a second. Not a massive improvement. Oh, he has a little slide there, and yeah, that's lap over for Jensen. But we gotta remember, he's still, if he has the fuel, he will have the chance of starting a new flying lap. But anyway, the tires are not gonna be great, I think. Or yeah, maybe the less fuel will compensate that, but gotta find out anyway. If he has the fuel, he'll definitely go for it once again. Pelly on an out lap now, and he will only have time for one run. Opposite to Jensen, if he messes up, then that's gonna be all for him. Tyron also already on the end of his flying lap. He is looking to defend that third place. Coming into the final corner, down to third gear he goes. Gets a decent exit, gotta say, out of that one. And into the line goes Tyron, and it's gonna be a 28.6, improves 2 tenths his previous lap, and I think he's in a very good position now to keep that P3. Kenneth in the pit lane, he's not gonna be doing another run, he's gonna stay in that P5, which might cost him a lot, because a lot of people still about to do more laps, and gotta remember that the track improves every time, so yeah, Kenneth might have a big drop in the end of this qualifying session. JD now comes into the exit of 10 with nearly no battery at all, and yeah, definitely losing some straight line speed due to that. He's less than 10% at the moment in the Ferrari. But we gotta go now with Pelly, who is fighting for pole position. Into turn 1 he goes, stays in third gear. I think that's the best decision into that corner. Takes a bit of the inside curve, which is not bumpy like the other curves. Coming into turn 4, up to 7th gear, up to 8th gear now, taking a lot of the outside curve, down to 4th gear. improving 45 thousandths of a second his previous lap time. Not a great improvement, same like we saw Jensen do before. Jensen, I think, is already on his in the end of sector 2. We gotta see how much is he improving. Following the McLaren into the end of sector 2, and it's gonna be 68 thousandths of improvement. Not a great improvement. He's just gonna be defending basically that pole position. JB goes third fastest. Nice job there by the Ferrari, 28.4, getting a bit close into the top 2. Well, close in some way, I gotta say, because it's still really far. And Pelly is... Oh, and he's gonna meet some traffic, and that's quali over for Pelly. He's been blocked by the kick Sauber car of Beckstar, but he couldn't do anything about it because he was an AI car. As you can see, he has the checker flag race there, so he doesn't have the control of that car anymore, and he's gonna mess up the Alpine, I think, as well. But yeah, nothing he can do about it. He is been raised the checker flag, so he can't move there, and it's gonna be definitely very annoying. Jensen improves 3 tenths in the end, and great job to start the season with a pole position, but he's gonna have a lot of competition by Pelly in the whole Grand Prix, so maybe it's gonna be up to strategy, maybe it's gonna be up to the final lap, we don't know. And it's gonna be very interesting in the midfield, I mean from P3 to below. And then see the gap between Jay and Tyron is just 2 tenths. Edsag not that far behind, and well, everyone else, let's see how close this is from P6 to P14. Everyone on the 29s, 29.1 to 29.5. Yeah, it's gonna be a very close race in the midfield. At the front, Jensen and Pelly are gonna pull away. Might be the same between JB, Tarn, and Edsack having their own race. And then we'll see a very close battle between Barry till probably Beckstar, Rackler, Onyx as well. And we're getting ready to start the Bahrain Grand Prix. We're gonna, not sure if formation lap is on or not actually. Let's go to check the race director to see the strategies. Of course, Jensen and Pelly are gonna go on the medium tires. They have the pace advantage, so even on the mediums they'll still build a gap against the soft runners, but now more people changing into the medium tires. And we're gonna get going with the Grand Prix, and yep, it's a formation lap, so we'll be able to check into everything now. Let's go into the tire strategies, and it's the top 5 on the mediums, then Ballboy and Rackler on the mediums as well, and everyone else on softs. Basically not many alternate strategies, but I guess all of these guys are gonna go into the hards at some point, or maybe the soft runners might do a medium soft strategy, soft medium soft. Then the medium runners might want to do a medium hard strategy to the end of the race. Oh, and see, Cassidy is joined the lobby at the last moment. He's gonna be starting from the back, so not sure what space will be, but if he's fast, then we might see a great fight back from the back for the Williams driver. And cars getting into their spots for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. 4 drivers have been disqualified from the formation lap. Not sure if there's still cold tires due to this. But in any case, we are about to get going with the Bahrain Grand Prix. Here come the lights, the start of FRL's Season 20. And it's lights out and away we go. I think Jensen has got a good start, but actually Pelly's got even a better start down the inside. He's getting the lead into turn 1. Also, JB is trying to get the move done. And actually, no, managed to defend his position. Tyron has got a poor start and is being overtaken by Michael Van Dongen. Here goes Pelly down the inside of Jensen. He's going to try and make a move around the outside. No, he has to back off. Pelly in the end couldn't take the lead, but he will definitely manage to stick into that DRS car. And yeah, we gotta remember DRS is also enabled now in lap 2, not like before in lap 3 of the race, so Pelly will be right at the back of Jensen. JB also is not losing time to the leaders, even though in quality the gap was big. He's still keeping into the train. We have a yellow flag, that's Beckstar, and Tyron disqualified from the race already. That's very unfortunate, knowing that he started on P4 if I'm not wrong, but started at the front of the grid. We gotta see what's going on now here at the back. Meanwhile, Jensen leading the race, followed by Pelly, then comes JB, then comes Edsack. Mercedes at the moment is the best positioned team in this race, so far at least. JB and Edsack doing a pretty decent job sticking to the top 2. Jensen, as I said before, not gonna be able to pull away the gap. Now Edsack starting to drop a little bit now. JB will be able to follow the leaders of the race. Lap 2 starting now, Jensen in the lead, Pelly not very far behind. That's a kick Sauer going very wide, and in the pit lane goes Beckstar. Following now, going on board with Pelly, who's gonna try and get the move done. No, he's gonna wait for next lap. This is not the best place to try and overtake. We have the Red Bull of Berry thinking about a move there, but he has to move and will not be attacking Cassidy. He's doing a very good job of fight back so far. So I said we might be seeing him coming from the back, and that is what he is doing now. Currently on P11 of the race, and we are gonna go on board now with Mikkel van Dongen, who's looking to get the move done against Edsak. ERS is even between these two, but of course gotta remember Mikkel has the soft compound of tires. Going on board with him now, and going now to watch if he's gonna try and overtake this time. No, he's gonna wait, but he should do in the main straight, so he maybe has a little chance of try catching the leader, but he has a little slider of the car, and that might end up costing him a little bit of time. Going now back into the battle for the lead of the race. Jensen in the lead, followed now by Pelly, and JB Edsak has dropped, as I said before, from the DRS zone. And now we will see if Pelly is gonna attack. I think he doesn't have another option but to do so. Going now on board with Pelly, who's gonna think about the move. He's not even deploying the battery, no, he's not gonna attack. He's just gonna be happy sitting there behind and waiting. Edsak losing 2 places there. Mikkel van Dongen getting the move done down the inside. Oh, they make contact there, but oh, nothing that could have been much worse. But that is the Williams into the wall. Williams into the wall there, but thankfully didn't retard the car, but definitely has a broken front wing. Barry trying to go down the inside of Cassidy, nearly going side by side there into the corner. Is he gonna try a dive here down the inside? Thinks about it, but has to back off. No realistic chance of an overtake there. Going now with Devin in the McLaren, following Ballboy. Around the outside, is he gonna get the move done? No, he's gonna have to... Actually, might get the move done. That's a very good move. We're gonna definitely get the better exit out of the corner. And yeah, he's got the move done against Ballboy. Devin White up in P8 of the race in the soft cars. Now that's Edsak dropping more and more places. Edsak down in P7 of the race. But yeah, that's also due to the medium set of tires he is on. Devin White, actually teammate of Jensen, is gonna overtake Pelly's teammate. Down the inside he goes. And well, he's gonna be able to get the move done. Nearly 2, 3 wide, 4 wide there coming into the corner. 2 drivers trying to make moves in there. And meanwhile, JB has lost the DRS against Pelly and Jensen. Now it's a 5-way battle into turn 1. Is this gonna end well? I don't know, but following them, and that is gonna be Devin White backing up and not really thinking about the move. Die is out of the race. That is blazing on its safety car of the race. Not sure who this benefits. Maybe the soft runners now should pit and place Hearts into the end. It's gonna be a bit of a risky decision. I don't think Hearts are making it to the end of the race. Maybe they do, but I'm not very sure. Might do, but they might be dead as well by the end of the race. Medium runners will probably stay out, especially Jensen and Pelly, knowing they have the pace. Maybe JB wants to take a little gamble there and pitting now. 2 DNFs already. Baxter is already in the pit lane. And going with Jensen now. Is he gonna dive it into the pit lane, or he... I say he's gonna stay out. Actually no, he's coming in the pit lane. Pelly is doing the same. I actually thought they would stay out. Maybe he's trying to cover Pelly, knowing that Pelly would stop. Well, this means the top 4 are in the pit lane, top 6, 7, 8. Actually everyone is in the pit lane. No one is gonna stay out, I think. Yeah, DJ definitely will stay out because he has already pitted. So Jensen coming out in the lead of the race. Now everyone is on the hard tires in the top 7. Cassidy, what a fight back so far in just 4 laps. He's made it up to P8 of the race. Bambi decides to stay out, and 4-lap old soft tires. Not sure how good are those tires. Actually, I think he's not even in the lobby. Oh, right, he disconnected, I remember now. He left the session in qualifying and didn't come back. Might be a little bit of annoying. It might be a bit annoying for the drivers behind, because remember, the ghosts may sometimes slows people down in the restart. If you overtake them, you get a 5-second time penalty, so yeah, might cause a little bit of trouble there from P6 to below. Backstar is in. I guess he's probably gonna go for hards or mediums. Don't think the softs are the ideal tire to be on at the moment. And coming out of the pit lane goes Backstar. It's very far behind, and we're gonna have one more lap of safety car. We will soon then be getting on with the restart of this race. We have Jensen in the lead, Pelle in second, JB in third. Nothing has changed in the top three. Then Kenneth in P4 of the race. We will go and check how much the positions have changed. Kenneth has won 4 places, Bambi 5 places, but yeah, remember he's not in the race. Blazing Onyx has won 8 places. Devin has won 9 places, and Cassidy is the driver that has won the most, 10 places in total. Barry the Beer having a little issue here with Ballboy. But yeah, now the order is re-established and Ballboy is back to P9, Barry in P10. Safety car is coming at the end of this lap, as I said before. And Baxter now gets a 10-second penalty for a severe collision with Pager. If he got any wing damage, I'm not sure. Maybe sometimes the game gives weird penalties, so probably nothing serious happened there. But the game wants to be annoying, like we know. Oh, now something does fly off the back there. Edsack has maybe blown his front wing. But coming now into the restart of this race, Jensen is gonna come, and into the line he goes, and we get going in lap 7 now out of 29. Oh, and that's an Aston Martin spinning there in the exit of the final corner. 2 cars coming into the pit lane, and there goes Kenneth getting the move done against JB in the restart. Kenneth up to P3 of the race. Devin White winning places as well. We have a little battle in here. That is Cassidy going down the inside of Blazing Onyx. Cassidy moves up to P7 of the race, but he had front wing actually. I don't know why it looked to me like he had broke the wing, but he hasn't, I think, or has he? He's gone a little bit deep there. He's gonna be attacked now by Barry the Beer, so maybe he does have wing damage. No, he doesn't have wing damage. If not, he couldn't be taking the corner that way. But still, Y now gets a time penalty, and that is gonna be costful for him. He's actually going off the road, so yeah, maybe he does indeed have wing damage, but then I don't know how he managed to make the corner correctly. And he's back down into last place. Very unfortunate and roller coaster race for this man. Started at the back, managed to fight back, and now he is back at the back of the grid. Kenneth unable to hold the pace with the top two, and he's already 1.1 second behind. JB is going to be attacking. He definitely has better pace than Kenneth. Going onboard now with the Ferrari at the back of the Haas car. No DRS enabled yet. Into the lead of the race, Pelly still happy to stay there at the back of Jensen. DRS enabled now. You have JB right at the back of Kenneth. And we are now going to get into the DRS zone, which probably it will not mean a move from the Ferrari, because it's not the best place to overtake coming into turn 4 in my opinion. Following now JB right at the back of Kenneth, or does he want to desperate that place? Cassidy has to retard from the session in the end. Actually, there goes JB. He's trying to get the move done, but as I said before, it's not the best place to try and overtake. Side by side they go nearly, but yeah, Kenneth will manage to hold into that place. They are just losing time in this battle. Cassidy, no, JB, sorry, should have waited for the next lap to try a move. Now maybe he's gonna try it now, but that would mean he probably is giving Kenneth DRS into the main straight, which is the easiest part of the track to try a move. Going onboard now with JB, he is deploying the overtake button, and he wants to get this move done as soon as possible. Yellow flag in sector 1, I guess that's Cassidy's AI after DNFing. There goes JB, gets the move done and is up into P3 of the race, but now the thing is, can he hold into that position? Because we are soon going to be getting into the main straight where Kenneth will be able to retake that place. Actually, he has a massive slider out of the corner, but he's still only 5/10 behind. He might still hold a little chance of retaking that place. Also knowing his battery is in better conditions than JB's battery. In the lead of the race, everything stays the same. Pelly not interested in overtaking Jensen yet. Now following Kenneth is right at the back of JB, and as I said before, he was going to be getting that move done once again, so it wasn't the best racecraft from JB, and now sends a move down the inside. They make contact, and not sure if that means wing damage to the Ferrari, who will not even get the DRS. No, he will get the DRS. I'm sorry, I thought he didn't got it. Now following behind, we have Devin White right at the back of Blazing Onyx, who is also on a great fight back. Both of these guys on a great fight back for themselves. 9 and 10 places won, respectively. And now we have Mikkel van Dongen looking to get the move done on the faster compound of tire, in the medium. Devin is on the hard set of tires. JB now has lost more than a second to Pelly. Have another yellow flag there at the back. We have now Pelly thinking, getting very close into the back of Jensen, but not enough to send the move so far. He's definitely going to be waiting into the main straight. Mikkel van Dongen getting the move done against Devin White around the outside, I think. Ballboy coming strong as well to get an attack on the McLaren and the Aston Martin driver. JB back into the DRS zone with Kenneth, but he's already lost a lot of time in this battle against the Haas. Pelly now getting the move done down the inside, takes the lead of the race in lap 10 out of Jensen, but Jensen is he gonna try and counter-attack? I think probably not. These guys are just gonna try and help each other with the pace, just build more and more the gap, and yeah, they will fight in the final laps of it. Or maybe do an undercut, in case they stop again, of course. There's also the possibility they don't stop anymore. Mikkel van Dongen right at the back of Blazing Onyx. Rackler and Bambi in the pit lane. Well, Bambi, remember it's an AI car. Following now Devin White right at the back of Ballboy, both on the same compound of tire. Yes, both on the same compound of tire. Devin White and Ballboy. Mikkel van Dongen definitely will have to stop again, because I definitely don't see those mediums getting to the end of the race. There goes Mikkel van Dongen on Blazing Onyx. If he has to pit again, then he needs to build a gap He needs to clear Blazing Onyx as fast as possible. But yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to pull away, probably not. The mediums already started degrading a little bit, but he will try and get the move done anyway against the Alpine driver. The Ferrari driver of Ballboy and Devin White will also be on a charge, looking to get that move done. Four-way, six-car train here in the battle for P5 of the race. Pelli now sets the fastest lap of the race, and JB is now also once again on the attack. This time he is doing the smart thing of attacking in the main straight. Kenneth is not even going to be able to defend this one. Down the inside goes JB and gets the move done actually by the around the outside. Kenneth is trying to hold into his place but fails to do. Who's got the DRS? I think at this time it's been, yeah, Kenneth got the DRS, but he will not be able to get the place back. Mikkel van Dongen right ahead of Blazing Onyx, but Blazing Onyx now with the DRS is going to try and go around the outside. Nearly getting the move done. Is he going to be able? Is he going to get forced off the road? No, he leaves enough room, but they now bang wheels a little bit. This is going to allow Ballboy to have a little look at Blazing Onyx position, and maybe this could be a little chance of Mikkel van Dongen trying to pull away the gap. Actually not, because it's still 5 tenths. He's still going to have the DRS Blazing Onyx for the next DRS zone, which is now. So as I said before, even though being on the medium tires, it's very hard to open the gap in this new game. Even if you're in the faster compound. Mikkel is gonna need some help from Ballboy and Devin White to fight against Blazing Onyx for him to be able to open the gap. Pagger getting the move done around the outside from Devin White on the faster compound of tires as well, but a bit older tires. JB once again battling against Kenneth. Down the inside they go. There goes Kenneth, but JB will be able to open the DRS now and is gonna definitely be getting the move done once again. Jensen is now coming into the main straight and is gonna get the move done into turn 1. Jensen into the lead of the race goes, and now we follow on board with Pelli on the slipstream and on the DRS of Jensen. Kenneth battling against JB. This is a very, very close battle. He needs to leave the room there. Enough room for 2 cars there, but who's got the DRS? It's gonna be Kenneth who's gonna stay ahead, or it's actually JB gonna try and send the move down the inside. He does so. Leaves him enough room, but it's JB who will stay ahead. Actually, no, this is not over yet. This is not over yet. There goes Kenneth, trying to retake 3rd place of the race around the outside. JB will be able to defend down the inside. Maybe the switchback here could work for Kenneth. Doesn't, because JB covers very well, places correctly the car to defend. But now Kenneth is going to have another DRS zone in his advantage. 5 tenths behind, he will still be able to stick into the back of that Ferrari car. In the back, Mikkel van Dongen still trying to stay ahead of Blazing Onyx, but once again not being able to break that DRS gap. Ballboy waiting calmly there, and Devin White is the one that's lost the DRS right now, being attacked by Pagger and Edsack on the faster compound of tire. This has been such a good race so far. There goes Kenneth down the inside, locks a bit the tires there into the final corner, and yeah, that was a bit of an unnecessary move. He still was gonna get the DRS and was gonna be able to overtake here. Nice move anyway by Kenneth there. He is gonna make sure he's gonna be leading this battle into turn 1. Yes, he will. JB of the tires, and at the moment Kenneth with better ERS conditions. Oh, and that is the Alpine. Oh, little contact there between the P7 of the race. Is gonna get overtaken by Mikkel van Dongen. That's Ballboy up into P5, and now Ferrari is looking in a very good position. Is gonna be scoring very strong points today if the result stays like it is now. Following now Blazing Onyx, and is gonna try and get that move done against Mikkel van Dongen once again, but Ballboy has been very smart and now has managed to clear both and is more than a second ahead, which means he is not under pressure of the drivers behind having the DRS to use against him, and is in very good ERS conditions as well. So if he wants to push now and try and open that gap even more, he can do. Meanwhile, Mikkel van Dongen and Blazing Onyx not in great ERS conditions right now. And we keep following the battle for P3 of the race between Kenneth and JB. JB is right at the back of the house, and this story is gonna repeat once again. We go onboard this time with the Ferrari. He's gonna try and send a dive down the inside like Kenneth did. No, that's not his driving style at the moment. And following now JB, who will definitely be getting this move done. Meanwhile, Kenneth just sticking there the pace. Pelly right at the back of Jensen. Down the inside goes Kenneth, gets the move done, keeps locking up the tires, but this time it's gonna be, I think it's gonna be JB who's gonna get the DRS. I think he was behind in the detection point. Will he? Yes, he is the driver with the DRS. And will manage to stay in P3 of the race. This guy's enjoying a lot this battle because they don't even care about them losing time. They still wanna just fight up there. Well, they have also Ballboy 5 seconds, nearly 6 seconds behind, so they are free to battle. They are not battling against the leader, so they can enjoy this battle for sure, without thinking about the rest. Blazing Onyx now has got the move done against Mikkel van Dongen. Jensen in the lead of the race, followed by Pelly, followed by JB, followed by Kenneth. It's 8-second gap already between Jensen, Pelly and JB. Blazing Onyx closing up the gap once again into Ballboy. I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to catch or not. Ballboy still has that ERS to try and defend, though gotta say Blazing Onyx ERS is not bad as well. So yeah, I think the ERS is not gonna make the difference this time. The gap 1.2, he is trying definitely to get back into that DRS. Mikkel van Dongen starts, I think, are starting to die right now, and yeah, he is coming into the pit lane. It was unrealistic that he was gonna make it into the end of the race, making a little bit of contact, the Ferrari and the Haas once again. But they still keep opening the gap against Ballboy. They definitely have the better pace. Here comes the Ferrari of JB, who this time is not gonna have a chance of thinking about a move there. Still following the battle, it's very, very close to the back of that Haas. He sends it down the inside, banging wheels once again, and who's gonna stay ahead this time? It's gonna be JB who's gonna stay ahead around the outside. Down the inside is gonna come the Haas, and is gonna get the move done, but I think JB is gonna get the DRS. It's a very good battle. It keeps getting better and better after every lap. No, it's actually Kenneth who's got the DRS this time. Around the outside is gonna go. He's gonna get the move done once again. Yes, he will. Actually, not sure yet. Around the outside goes JB. He stays to the back of Kenneth, and now he just needs to wait to the DRS straight and get the move done once again. We have some comments in the commentary box of the YouTube channel, and I have a comment from Baraka who says, "¿Cómo estás, amigo?" And Baraka, bro, I'm very good. It's good to see you in my commentary box. Very happy to see you watching my stream from long time. Actually, gotta say I'm back into the streams. I've stopped for quite a long time, so it's very nice to have you back in the commentary box. And hope you're doing well as well. And yeah, hope you're doing also very good in all the league races you've got in this new game so far. And yeah, my best of wishes to you, bro. Kenneth now still following JB right at the back, and actually I gotta say Kenneth's been way smarter than JB in this battle because he has full battery while JB is nearly zero battery. JB also in the commentary box said good evening, so yeah, good evening mate. Watching your great battle against Kenneth, and hope you keep this up into the end of the race. Oh, that is, I think, a back marker. Going now with Blazing Onyx and Bulbo, we forgot a little bit about this battle, but Blazing Onyx has not been able in the end to close up the gap to Bulbo. Bulbo is now increasing a little bit the gap, and actually closing up the gap to Kenneth and JB due to their battle. There goes Kenneth, taking P3 of the race, and something I gotta say now is, the gap between Jensen, Pelly and the rest of the drivers is, till Devin White is 23 seconds. So, and soon the gap between them and Blazing Onyx also is gonna be over 20 seconds. So they could think about pitting now and maybe give the surprise there to the rival. Maybe if Pelly or Jensen decide to pit now, could be a winning strategy. I'm actually not 100% sure about this, but they are gonna come out with very little traffic, maybe even with some DRS help. So maybe the winning strategy with 12 laps to go is come and dive it into the pit lane, try and close up the gap by going on fresher tires by the end of the race, which Bahrain we know is a high degradation track. If not, they are gonna be there fighting it into the final lap. The winner will be decided. If not, we might see some strategic decision. Maybe wait till Bulbo is also out of the overtaking range there. JB is once again thinking about a move there against Kenneth. Down the inside goes the Ferrari. Is gonna take the place. Yes, he will, but it's gonna be Kenneth once again who is gonna have the DRS, but now has a little snap there out of the exit of the corner, which means JB can breathe for the rest of this straight. But this battle is not gonna end, same as the battle for the lead, till the end of this race. Also Pelly with the fastest lap, some also interesting detail, which is probably not gonna stand because we are gonna see at least one more driver pitting by the end of the race for sure, which will be able to take that. Oh, and Kenneth now makes some mega mistake there, loses a bit the car, and that's costed him the DRS with JB. Now the advantage he has is all the ERS has been saving so far. He can now try and blast it all to try and get back the DRS with the Ferrari driver, which is gonna be, I think, his only chance to get in the podium today. If not, I think JB has the better pace, like we saw at the beginning of the race. But yeah, he needs to deploy the battery as much as possible to try and get back into the DRS zone. It's now 1.3. He needs to blast it absolutely everything here in the main straight. If not, it might well be game over for Kenneth, and yeah, podium done for JB. But he deploys the battery massively. He's gonna get back now into the DRS. He has no battery, but the DRS is back. So yeah, all his work served to save him from a situation like this, which he is now safe and is back into the DRS. But now what he needs to do is not make a single more mistake, because he probably will not be able to do this again. Dexter meanwhile getting the move done against Devin White coming into turn 4, but now Devin White has the DRS. Actually, Dexter also has the DRS, but there goes down the inside. Are they gonna make a little bit of contact? Actually, Dexter decides to leave the space. Leaves the space like it should. Now they meet the ghost car of the DJ. And there goes Devin thinking about a move down the inside. Pelly in P2 of the race, still right at the back of Jensen. Actually, if we check now, the ERS of these two is exactly the same. 82.76, well, not exactly, but yeah, you get what I mean. Kenneth is right at the back of JB once again, and he is saving battery. He's been very smart playing the ERS game so far. I think he's just gonna try and stick there, save the battery, and then yeah, he might actually, if he makes a mistake again, he can recover. Though if JB is the one that makes a mistake, then he's gonna have a lot of trouble to recover to the DRS. Ballboy once again has lost some time to JB, and Kenneth, who's going down the inside, actually backs off at the end of turn 1. He just wants to stick there, save a bit more battery. Bexar and Devin White are in the pit lane. I guess it's gonna be softs to the end of the race. Mediums at this point I think would be pointless. No, actually he's going mediums. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the softs are like butter on this truck and just degrade very quickly. Or maybe I might be in the right and they have made a mistake by doing that. Bexar I think had a 10-second time penalty. And that's why he took so long in the pit lane. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm the one who's wrong or they are the one that are wrong, but if they're the ones driving, then I guess I'm the one that's wrong, and the mediums are the best option to the end of the race, even though it's just 10 laps. And of course less fuel in the car. Now I still keep asking myself if we are gonna see the top two pitting again or not. Or one of them is gonna pit at least. There goes Jensen coming into the main straight. And he's gonna stick into the lead of the race because I don't think Pelly is attacking. Pelly has actually deployed a lot of battery in the recent laps compared to him having nearly full battery, same as Jensen. Now he's recharging again a little bit. Have a yellow flag. I think that's just the back marker, giving some space there. There goes down the inside. Kenneth gets the move done into turn 1. Now JB's trying to switch back around the outside, and Kenneth does the right thing by leaving the space. And JB will stay in P3 of the race. Lap 29 lap 21 out of 29. We have 9 more laps to go. The lead is decided unless of course they take each other out, which is probably not going to be the case. And the battle for podium, it's between these two only, JB and Kenneth. The battle for the win between Jensen and Pelly. So basically, yeah, you already know who's finishing on the podium today, unless a safety car comes out and changes absolutely everything, which is also a possibility. We just had one safety car so far in this race. Looking back into, let's do a general look into all the race after we see how this ends coming into turn 1. But yeah, as you see, we have Jensen in the lead, Pelly in second place of the race at the moment. Doesn't look like Pelly is gonna attack Jensen this time. JB in P3, Kenneth in P4, Ballboy on P5, 7 seconds behind P3 and P4. Then we have Blazing Onyx, who is losing time to Ballboy on P6. Mikkel van Dongen on 6-lap old medium tires. Kenneth is in the pit lane. He's actually trying the strategy of pitting now and trying to regain the time lost against JB. Not sure if it's gonna work or not. At least he will recover his P4 spot. He's going on the soft tires, like I thought it was the right call to do. Mikkel van Dongen, is he gonna be ahead or behind? He's gonna be, I think he's gonna be just behind by a little bit. And he is behind, so Kenneth has free weight to push in front of him. Mikkel in P7, Devin on P8 on the fresh medium tires. Been attacked now by Pagger on older tires, but definitely not going to be able to do much. Berry gets a 10-second time penalty for spitting in the pit lane. Etzak on P10, Bexar on P11, Berry on P12, Rackler on P13, Bambi and DJ disconnected, so yeah, they don't count anymore in this race. Now the gap between Kenneth and Blazing Onyx is 12 seconds. He needs to fly for the rest of this race. He needs to close up that gap in 8 laps to try and regain his 4th place and who knows, maybe win 3rd place from JB. How quicker can he go then compared to his rivals? We are about to find out. Pelly right at the back of Jensen in the battle for the lead of the race. He's still just sitting there, saving the battery. If they didn't pit before, they won't pit now, so this is gonna be the battle into the line. None of these guys is gonna pit anymore. They are carrying those hard tires into the end of this race. Kenneth already 10.8 seconds behind Blazing Onyx. He is probably gonna get there very soon. It's fresh softs against 18-lap old hard, so the difference is massive. The only thing against him is the time remaining on this race, which is just a number of 7 laps. Lap 23 out of 29, he's gonna need to fly absolutely burn that battery, destroy those tires into the end of the race. 9.6 the gap now between Kenneth and Blazing Onyx. We have a battle on track also between Edsak and Pagar Toy, and it's Edsak who's gonna move ahead into P9 of the race, and I think that's gonna be Edsak's finishing position, because yeah, Devin White is on fresher medium tires. Mikkel Van Dongen is just too far in front. The thing that interests me the most now is what Kenneth is gonna be able to do on those fresh soft tires. Pelly now right at the back of Jensen, and they meet the back marker of Rackler, who is gonna get DRS thanks to this. Rackler is on 13 lap old medium tires. And there goes the Mercedes right at the back of the Ferrari of Jensen. That's a little slider of the exit of the corner. Maybe the back marker has been a bit annoying for Pelly. Is maybe not letting him view as he would like to. Lap 24, and Kenneth is 6.6 seconds behind Blazing Onyx. He is set now the fastest lap of the race. JB 19 seconds behind the two race leaders. That's a massive gap, but it's what was expected at the beginning of this race. Ballboy's been increasing more and more the gap against Blazing Onyx, who is soon gonna fall against Kenneth. Going now on board with the Haas. We're gonna go on board for a little bit of time to see how quick is he going. He is actually not blasting the battery too much. He's staying on medium. I think he feels confident even without deploying the battery. He's still gonna be able to make it. He's around 15 seconds behind JD, who's the man who's chasing for podium. I'm still not sure he's gonna manage to do it. He's gonna manage to retake P4 for sure. But there's also gonna be Ballboy, who needs to help his teammate now. And well, there's not much really he can do, but he at least might try a little bit to hold Kenneth behind to help his teammate get the podium today. But on the other hand, if Kenneth doesn't manage to get there, then it's gonna mean that Ferrari are gonna be scoring very strong points today. I think if the point system is like in real life, they are gonna be the third team, even without winning the race, by just probably two points behind McLaren and Mercedes. There's a yellow flag there, but it's quickly cleared up. Edsak closing up to Devin White actually. He's found a better pace than the McLaren driver, even though on older tires we might see a little battle between the teammates of the top two drivers in the league. Battling for P8. Still gonna be an interesting battle for the Constructors' Championship, which is just beginning, but every point counts, you know, for the season. Beckstar is in the pit lane, might want to go for the fastest lap of the race. If he wanted to do that, maybe he should have waited a little bit. No, it's actually replacing the front wing. Pelly right at the back of Jensen on the slipstream and comes into the main straight. Once again will not attack the McLaren driver. He's waiting for the final lap to send that attack, but if he's doing that, he should try and save a little bit more battery, because Jensen has a little bit better battery, around 10% more battery than him. Ballboy has closed a little bit the gap, around 3 attempts to JB. It's not a big closing up, but still, actually no, JB is struggling a little bit maybe, because now the gap fell down a little bit more. Ballboy is in a bit better ERS conditions than his teammate. And now here comes Kenneth. He's gonna try and get the move done against Blazing Onyx as soon as possible. He still has 3.5 laps remaining to try and chase JB, which is looking like an impossible mission at the moment. But there he goes. Blazing Onyx gonna defend down the inside, but nothing he can really do. There goes Kenneth around the outside, easily getting the move done, and up to P5 of the race. Pagger Toy and is also into the pit lane. Maybe he's aiming for the fastest lap as well. We're gonna go with Edsak now, who's also battling against Devin White for that P8 of the race. Sticking into the DRS, and now Kenneth is gonna come strong to try and take the place against Ballboy, which he should be doing. 2.1 is the gap. Now Pelly fighting against Jensen for the lead of the race. There goes Pelly down the inside. He's gonna try and take the lead of the race, but there goes Jensen and retakes the lead, but who's got the DRS is being Pelly. Pelly might be thinking about a move there down the inside, around the outside. Where is he gonna try it? He actually doesn't try. He's gonna back off there, and he's gonna wait for the final lap, possibly like I predicted. It's gonna be 2 more times going through that main straight that they are gonna have to manage in the right way. It's gonna be Jensen, is it gonna be Pelly? We will find out just in the final lap, but it's a very close battle between these two. I don't think any of these two has demonstrated to have the pace advantage against the other. I think the pace has been exactly the same between these two, even though in quali Jensen was better than Pelly. In the race they have been, I think, exactly the same. Meanwhile, Kenneth is right at the back of Ballboy. He's going on board with him. He's going to try and get the move done around the outside or maybe down the inside. But Ballboy at the moment doing a very good job defending for his teammate. Yeah, he's defending for his teammate, because if not, he is going to be losing against Kenneth, who should be now getting the move done easily down the inside. But that might have been crucial time lost. But actually Ballboy is defending very well on those old hearts. He goes a little bit deep. He's doing a perfect teammate job to defend for his teammate JB. He knows he's going to lose the place at any moment. That's not the point of the discussion. But he is trying to do his best to defend for his teammate JB. And now he's given him some tenths of breathing space. It's going to be 6 seconds to subtract in just 2 laps of racing. Kenneth is going to have to literally fly in the remainder of this race. 5.7, 5.6. Can he do it into the end of the race? If Kenneth finished less than a second behind JB, then it's all up to Ballboy, I gotta say. It's all up to Ballboy's work in those 2 corners to defend for his teammate. But we gotta keep an eye on the battle for the win of this race between Pelly and Jensen. They have been following each other for the whole Grand Prix, and now we are gonna enter the final lap. Jensen building a little bit of a gap against Pelly. Pelly now looking to be struggling a little bit more than his rival for the win of this race. Maybe this is already in hands of Jensen if Pelly doesn't get a nice exit out of the final corner. At the moment it's 8/10 gap. So maybe this battle has ended already. We are following now Pelly coming into the final corner, and into the main straight they go. This is all gonna be decided here. Pelly will have to blast the battery. Actually, no more battery for the Mercedes driver, but it's gonna be no more battery for the McLaren driver as well. This actually wasn't an exciting ending as I expected to be. Jensen managed to open the gap against his rival, not leaving him the chance of an attack in the final lap. I thought they would be going side by side. That hasn't happened at all. It is Jensen who is staying comfortably in the lead of the race with better ERS condition. I think this battle is over. I think this battle is absolutely over unless a mistake from the leading car. Meanwhile, coming into the final lap of the race, Kenneth is just 3 seconds behind JB. He was less than 2 seconds behind. No, he was less than 6 seconds behind. So he is subtracting more than 3 seconds a lap, we could say. So this might be it for him to get to right at the back of that Ferrari car and try and take the position for stand on the podium today. 2.3 seconds is the gap, but I gotta give a lot of credit to Ballboy for that great defense. Now having a little slide goes Kenneth there. I think it's over the battle for podium as well. What's up between Edsak and Devin? It's Edsak who is ahead of Devin, but Devin now on the DRS is gonna send a dive down the inside, but we gotta go on board with the winner, with the McLaren driver is gonna win the opening round of the season. Jensen wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. Pelly will take second place, but what a great race between these two we've seen. It has been very close indeed, and we are gonna have a very close battle for the championship, I predict, for the rest of this season. Meanwhile, Kenneth could not get to the back of JB, who's gonna take the podium for the Ferrari team, and that has been thanks to his teammate Ballboy as well in great manner. JB in the line he goes. He's gonna have to thank his teammate for this. 1.1 is the gap. I think that's the time Ballboy might have costed him in all the end of that lap. In lap 27 of the race, Ballboy takes P5. It's gonna be strong points for the Ferrari team. Blazing Onyx on P6 of the race. Mikkel van Dongen comes from very far behind, and Kenneth in the end is taking the fastest lap of the race, so it's one more point for the Haas driver. Mikkel van Dongen in the line P7. Etzak will come to finish on P8. P9 for Devin White and Pagar Toy. Everyone else has been lapped. Pagar Toy will complete the top 10 today. We are going to be following him over with him in the Alpine. Gotta say, it's been a very exciting first round of the season, and yeah, looking forward for the rest of it. That's the end of the race. Jensen wins, Pelly in second place, JB in third. The top three hasn't changed from qualifying. Kenneth, though, did a very good fight back from P8 to P4, plus taking the fastest lap of the race and fighting for the podium till the end. And yeah, it's going to be a very interesting season to watch. The top two, the battle is not over between these two yet. Also, looking at that, Pelly had the better lap time than Jensen. Of course, there could be a lot of factors involved in that. But in any case, there's going to be a long way to go in this season. Things can happen for sure, and nothing is set yet. But that's going to be all for today. Thanks to everyone for being here today, for racing, for watching, and goodbye.